The EF 50mm f1.8 STM is the latest generation of Canon's most popular ever lens. Actually, one of the most popular lenses ever on the market. A newly revised optical formula, now with super spectra coatings and a 7-blade circular aperture, this new nifty 50 gains a smooth and quiet stepping motor, all for the same $130, nearly mandatory on most EOS kits. It is almost the same size of the older lens, 70 by 400mm of just 160 grams. The usability is identical despite the vastly improved ergonomics, now much better put together. This is the premium nobody can explain. A better build quality with a single plastic external barrel, gone are the harsh plastics from before. A new satin-like plastic finishing, scratch prone yes, but much smoother to the touch, and the new rubberized focusing ring paired to the internal stepping motor. The focus motor is the biggest headline, now for the popular EOS movie function. Silent and smooth, it's meant to record videos with Canon's continuous dual-pixel focus, not interfering with noise like the older lens. While this is not the USM update we wanted, that would bring much faster focusing for action photographs, it's a welcome addition. The MF ring is also smooth, sporting a full-time manual operation, albeit an electronic one, and it all feels much more precise. It's simply a better lens overall. And that's it. To the left, the flushed AF-MF switch is smooth to the touch, easier to use and doesn't disengage the MF ring. At the front, the 49mm filter thread is unfortunately smaller than before, thus incompatible with the older lens that use 52mm filters. At least the filter doesn't rotate, perfect to be used with polarizers. Canon still doesn't supply this for lens hood, despite the new hood track at the front. And at the rear, the camera mount is back to metal, just like the vintage EF50 f1.8, moving to the plastic Fantastic Smart II, and now metal on the new STM. Overall, it's a very interesting update from Canon. Not USM, not just plastic, with new design philosophies for a better product after all, despite the same price point. With the same 6 elements in 5 groups optical formula, the new EF 50mm STM feels like a missed opportunity. Non-extra spherical elements like Nikon's f1.8G, no ultra-premium option like the Sony's AZA. What was upgraded optically was the much welcomed super spectra coating for better contrast and flaring reduction, for better light transmission overall, and the new 7-blade circular aperture for smoother bokeh. Canon also says the focusing distance is shorter, now at just 35 cm, thus being more flexible for extreme shallow depth of field effects. Overall, the image quality is better, yes. Wide open, the contrast is a tad sharper on high contrast subjects that now delivers better resolution, and the images do feel more high quality than before. It's not questionable at f1.8 anymore. We can also see the super spectra benefits stopping down just to f2.8 for razor sharp details, and this feel as premium as any other prime. You truly can depend on these files to work with, despite the low cost entry-level lineup, just as expected from a modern prime. Other aberrations are well controlled, like the non-existent lateral chromatic aberrations, or the geometric distortion that is flawless, and the flaring resistance did got better, giving more flexibility for backlit shots. And finally, the colors and bokeh are also impacted by the new super spectra coating, being much more vibrant and saturated, for files that pop on screen or after prints, truly representing your subject. While I can't really see the benefits of the new aperture, I kind of like the older 5 straight blades, the newer minimum focusing distance is clearly welcome to shoot everyday subjects, from portraits to products. So this is a new generation for the 50mm f1.8 lens, not just plastic fantastic, but an all-around more flexible tool that effectively leaves the entry-level market, despite the smaller price. It's a great addition to most kits, and handles well with new technologies like movie recording and live view, dual-pixel focusing. So it's a good upgrade and a good first buy. So have fun with one on your kit, and nice shooting!